The final part under operation of number base, division of number base. So how do you go about it? Now, there are two ways also you can do division of number base, but I think the second way is what most teacher will allow their students to do. Yes, because you are now in senior secondary school. You are not, you shouldn't be doing things in the old way. There's a new way to solve this. I'll show you the first way, which is the normal way you did it when you were in GSS 3 or GSS 1. Then I will now show you the best way, the best and best and fast way of doing this thing. Now the first one, normally when you were in GS1 or GS3, this is what you always do. You always multiply each of them by, you convert each of them to base, because it's in base 2 also, you convert them to base 10, you divide, you now convert it back to base 2. So let's do it together. This will be what? 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is what? 3. Now 1 times 2 is power 3, that is 8, plus 0 times 2 is power 2 is 4, plus 1 times 2 is power 1 is 2, plus 0 times 2 is power 0 is 1. So 1 times 8 is 8, plus 0 times 4 is 0, plus 1 times 2 is 2, plus 0 times 1 is 0. So when you add them up together, you have 10 base what? Base 10. This is 10, normal 10. Then you know 10 in normal base, 10 is just 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2. I think it's 2, just 2, 0, 1. 1 times 2 is 2. I'm just doing this for those of us that may find difficult to like, how did this man get 2? 0 times 2 is power 0 is what? Is 0, right? 2 is power 0 is 1. 0 times 1 is 0. So this is what? 2. And you should know that 10 in base number in base 10 is 2. So you first thing what you always do is that you say 10 divided by 2, right? Because this one is now in base 10, this also is in base 10. 10 divided by 2, you get 5 base what? Base 10. Since you are asked to solve it in binary number, so what you always do then is you now convert it back to what? Back to base 2. This is hell of a text. Now 2 in 5, that is 2. It means that what? It means that 1. You use 2 again. 2 in 2, 1. It means that is 0. Then use 2 again. 2 in 1 is what? 2 in 1 is 0. Remainder 1. So you move up like this. And this is what you have. Now have 1, 0, 1 base 2. You'll be happy, right? Okay. Now, but this is a little bit tedious and very long. Sometimes they will give you long numbers, so you don't. That is bit slow. Let's just know the other one that the teacher in your class expects you to use in division of not number base. So this is a question. Let me clear this frame. So you see that one is very, very easy and simple. Now this is what you are given. You have 1, 0, 1, 0 divided by what? Divided by, yeah, this is what you are given. So I want to use the other method. Now you use long division. This is what you do. This is long division you are going to use. This is what I'll be using now. This 10 you are going to use to divide. You have the 10 outside. Then this one will be inside. 1, 0, 1, 0. Now the rule states that anytime what is there, you pick this number one after the other. Anytime what is there is bigger than what is there, the number you pick, you write is 0. Let me repeat again. Anytime what is there, we have 10 here, is bigger than the number you picked here, you are going to write 0. But if it's the same thing with the number that is here, you are going to write 1. If it's less than the number that is here, you are going to write 1. Let me show you what I mean. You pick this number one after the other. So the first one is 1, Abi. You pick 1. It's 10. 10 is bigger than 1, right? I told you anytime what is there is bigger than what is there, you write 0. So you're going to write 0. That is next thing. So you have picked 1. You move on. You add 0 to this one. That is 1 and 0 now. So you are moving here now. This is the next one now. This is where you are moving to. 10 and 10, yeah. 10 is what? 10 and 10, they are the same thing. That is, you are going to write what? You are going to write 1. So this is what you now do. 10 times 1 is what? Is 10, right? I'm just showing you what you do. So you are going to put what here? Minus here. 1 minus 1 is 0, you know. 0 minus 0 is 0. So you bring this one, you bring it down. You bring it down, I mean. Now, 10 is bigger than, this 0, 0, 1 means 1. 10 is bigger than 1, right? What did I say? You write what? You write 0 here, right? Now, you are going to, once you are done, you bring this one, you bring it what? You bring it down. That is what? That is 0. Now 10 divided by 10, and 10 and 10 is 1. I told you if they are the same thing. 10 divided by 10 is what? Is 1. 1 times 10 is what? That is what? That is 10. So your final answer here is what? 0, 0, 0, 0. So your final answer, when you check that, is what? 0, 1, 0 is still, this 0 is doesn't, it does not matter, because it starts from 0. It's just like, if we are giving 0, 0, 0, 1, it's same as saying 1. So just get the logic right. Now this one means what? 1, 0, 1, base what? Base 2. You can see this is very easy and simple, but it's a little bit technical. But as you continue, as you proceed, you understand it more. And let's now look at more work under this now. A long one, very long one. Let's assume we are given something like this. They ask us to divide this one. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's why a question. So you have to divide it by what? Divide by what? 1, 0, 1 base 2. So I'm going to use that long method to what? To divide this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll use the long method. So I'm going to do it here. So now do it here. This here is what? 1, 0, 1, which I'm going to use to divide it. Then this one will be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'll take one out of them. 1, 0, 1 is bigger than 1. So I'll write 0. Pick the next number. That is 1, 1. 1, 0, 1 is bigger than 11. That is what I write. What? I'll write 0. Then pick the third one. 1, 0, 1 is less than what is here. This one here is bigger than what is here. So I'm going to write what? I'm going to write 1. So 1, 0, 1 times 1 is what? Is 1, 0, 1. So you are going to minus here now. Now, you know that 1 minus 1 is what? Is 0, Abi. 1 minus 0 is what? Is 1. You don't need this one. 1 minus 1 is 0. So you don't need this. Now, what you are going to do is that you bring this one now. You bring it down. You bring it down. Now, 1, 0, 1 divided by 1, 0, 1, we know is what? Is 1, is 1, right? So 1, 0, 1 times 1 is what? Is 1, 0, 1. So here you are going to have 0, 0, 0, right? That is it. So you bring this one, you bring it down. You bring those numbers down one after the other. So this is going to be come down. Now, 1, 0, 1 is bigger than what? Is bigger than 1, right? So when you bring this one down, 1, 0, 1 is bigger than 1, you're going to write what? You're going to write 0. You bring the other one down. You write 1. 1, 0, 1 is bigger than what? Is bigger than 11 now. So you are going to write what? It's the same what? 0. Now, you come down again. You bring this one down. Now, 1, 0, 1 is less than 1, 1, 1. So you are going to write what here? 1 here. 1, 0, 1 times 1 is what? 1, 0, 1. Let me just scroll this thing down a little bit. Okay. Now, what are we going to do now? So we are going to what? Sorry for this. So we are going to, so 1 minus 1 is what? Is 0. Now 1 minus 0 is what? Is 1. So 1 minus 1 is, don't need to put this 0 down. Now the next one you are going to bring the last one, you are going to bring it down. So it will be 1. So 1, 0, 1 divided by 1, 0, 1, we know is what? It will give us what? Sorry. It will give us what here? It will give us 1. And 1, 0, 1 times 1, that will give us what? 1, 0, 1. So this is what? 1, 0, 1. So when you minus this, that is 0, 0, 0. So it means my final answer now is what? My final answer, it will give me what? 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 base 2. You can see this one is very, very what? It's very simple and very straightforward. Now let's move on to the next one. Let me give you another one again. So I want us to understand this thing very well. Let's assume you are given another one. You are given 1, 0, 0, then 1. You have what? 0, 0, 0, 1. You are dividing it by what? You are dividing it by 1, 0, 1. So this is in what? In base 2. It's also in what? In base 2. So using the long division, so you have 1, 0, 1 here. So this one you have what? 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. If I'm right, 0, 3, 0, 3. Okay, now 1, 0, 1 is bigger than 1, so I'm going to write 0. 1, 0, 1 is bigger than 1 and 0, that is 10. I'm going to write 0. 1, 0, 1 is bigger than 1, 0, 0, that is 100. I'm going to write 0. Then 1, 0, 1 is less than 1001, right? So I'm going to write 1. So 1001 times 1, 1 and 1 times 1, this one is going to give me 101 times 1 is going to give me 101. So I'm going to minus there. Now 1 minus 1 is what? Is 0. 0 minus 0 is what? Is 0. No, you have to borrow 1 from here. Being it becomes 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. I mean 101 is less than, no, the next thing, what am I going to do now? I'll bring this one down. That one is sure. That's the first thing you have to do. Now 101 is less than 1000. And that one is less than, you're going to write what? 1. 101 times 1 is what? 101. So let me minus again. I will borrow from here. Bring it here becomes 2 here. Borrow from here, have 1 here. Bring it here becomes 2. Borrow from 2 becomes 1. Bring it here becomes 2. I'm subtracting base number. So 2 minus 1 is 1. You have what here? You have 1 left here, Abi. This one you have 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Then this one also will be what? Is 0. So you don't need to put 0, 0. It's not needed. So next thing is that you bring this what? You bring this, sorry. No problem. So you bring this what? You bring this 0, you bring it down. You bring the 0 down. Now 101 is what? Is smaller than 1000. This is 1 and 10. 101 is smaller than this, so you are going to write what? 1. 101 times 1 is what? 101. So this one you borrow from here, that is 2. 2 minus 1 is what? Is what? Is 1, right? So you bring this what? You bring this one down. This 0 down. And you know that 101 is bigger than 10, so you're going to write what? Is 0. Then you bring this 1, you bring this 1 down also. So that is 1. 101 divided by 101, that is what? 1. So 101 times 101, that is 101. So it means 0. So it means the final answer is 11101 base 2. So that is it. So we are still going to look at more questions, more question under this. Yes.